The relentless propagation of Khalistan's divisive agenda aimed at tarnishing India's international standing can no longer be overlooked, all under the dubious guise of freedom of expression. Consequently, in its unyielding crackdown on Khalistan's sympathizers, India's National Investigative Agency recently executed a series of operations in Punjab. They seized assets linked to the Khalistani separatist, the real conspirator behind Khalistani propaganda in US, Canada and other Western countries, Gurpatwant Singh Pannun.
After dealing with people trying to create a separate Khalistan state in Punjab, India is now taking steps to stop Khalistan's misleading messages from harming its reputation globally. The National Investigative Agency recently seized assets owned by the Khalistani separatist Gurpatwant Singh Pannun. Designated a terrorist by India in July 2020, Pannu possessed 46 acres of agricultural land in his ancestral village of Khankot on the outskirts of Amritsar in Punjab, along with a residence in the Union Territory of Punjab. As the chief of the pro-Khalistan terrorist organization Sikhs for Justice, Pannu is currently embroiled in 22 criminal cases in Punjab, with the majority related to sedition. Having a passport of Canada, Pannu frequently appears in videos, brazenly issuing threats against India unless it accedes to the demands of Khalistan's proponents. Recently, another video emerged on Canadian social media featuring Pannu openly warning Canadian Hindus to leave Canada and return to India. The video also called on Canadian Sikhs to gather in Canada's Surrey for a referendum, blaming the Indian High Commissioner Sanjay Kumar Verma for the death of another Khalistan leader, Hardeep Singh Nijjar, who was fatally shot in June of this year. And if you are wondering how such elements can thrive in a so-called law-abiding country, then you must know Khalistan's propaganda now enjoys shelter and protection from political leaders of the highest echelons. Recently, the Canadian Prime Minister leveled accusations against the Indian government, alleging that Nijjar's death was a premeditated assassination orchestrated from New Delhi. Delhi denied allegations, but that doesn't appear to suit Canada's ruling dispensation's short and long-term political ambitions.
What we told the Canadians. One, we told the Canadians that this is not the government of India's policy. Two, we told the Canadians saying that, look, if you have something specific, if you have something relevant, let us know. We are open to looking at it. In the last few years, Canada actually has seen a lot of organized crime, relating to the secessionist forces, organized crime, violence, extremism. They're all very, very deeply mixed up. So, in fact, we have been, talking about specifics and information. We have actually been badgering the Canadians. We have given them a lot of information about organized crime leadership, which operates out of Canada. There are a large number of extradition requests. There are terrorist leaders who have been identified. So do understand that there is an environment out there. Our concern is that it's really been very permissive because of political reasons. So we have a situation where actually our diplomats are threatened, our consulates have been attacked, and often comments are made about there's interference in our politics, and a lot of this is often justified as saying, well, that's how democracies work.
On Canadian soil, several protests, countless threats against India diplomats and consulates, referendums against India, and even desecration of the Indian tricolour have taken place, transforming Canada into a sanctuary for anti-India Khalistani elements. In the wake of these baseless accusations, the Canadian government also expelled a senior Indian diplomat Pawan Kumar Rai from Canada. This move raises concerns about the future of diplomatic relations between the two nations. However, the international community has not shied away from rebuking Ottawa's actions, characterizing the dissemination of unfounded claims as a questionable act.
Some of the terrorists have found safe haven in Canada. Canadian Prime Minister has this way of just coming out with some outrageous allegations without any supporting proof. The same thing they did for Sri Lanka, a terrible, total lie about saying that Sri Lanka had a genocide. Everybody knows there was no genocide in our country. And I saw yesterday he had gone and given a rousing welcome to somebody who have associated with the Nazis in the past on the Second World War. So this is questionable, and we have dealt it in the past. We have categorically rejected those outrageous allegations. So I'm not surprised that sometime Prime Minister Trudeau comes out with outrageous, unsubstantiated allegations.
Despite the existence of an extradition treaty since 1987, another treaty on mutual assistance in criminal matters since 1995, and an agreement on social security since 2015, Canada's recent actions in support of Khalistani elements under the guise of freedom of speech and expression have strained relations and threatened these long-standing agreements. Political analysts contend that these actions are driven by Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's desperation to secure a third consecutive term as he grapples with diminishing support and formidable opposition within his own country. Trudeau has aligned himself with the New Democratic Party led by Jagmeet Singh, compelling him to endorse pro-Khalistani propaganda for political gain and the prospect of a third term. However, the repercussions of escalating tensions between the two nations will not be confined to the political arena alone, but will also impact trade between their economies, potentially affecting international relations and the Indian diaspora residing in Canada.